Hey everybody, it's Kulipup here, and I'm coming at you with another video just trying to explain a little bit more about energies. Now, this isn't going to be on a personal energy consumption kind of thing, because I do have a playlist on that, but this is going to be more so why it is important to return energy when it's given to you. So, I have tried my best to actually, I've tried to make this video a couple of times, but each time my spirit has told me, you're not explaining it to the extent of what the extent is. Explaining it correctly, but not emphasizing on how serious it is. So, third time's a charm. Hopefully I can not downplay it as much. So, here we go. So I'm going to explain to you why, when I say things like, hey, donate, return the energy, it doesn't take much to say thank you and return it, why it's so very, very important for you to do that. Now, again, it doesn't always have to be monetary-wise, but this is what a lot of people have. That's how they create their energy. That's how they spend their energy, and it's through a monetary value. So that is the kind of energy that I accept. I accept other kinds of energy too, but this is the easiest one for most people. But anyway, so let's go into this and see. Fingers crossed that I'll get it properly explained to this depth. So firstly, as we know, all energy works like an infinity circle here. All of it has always been around. It's always recycled. It is never lost, and new energy is never created. It is just what it is. When you are born, you get a certain amount of energy, and when you die, that energy goes back to the world. When you are alive, you use energy, and you put it back out. You gain energy back in when you wake up, and you use it throughout the day to keep your body going, to keep your body moving, to keep your heart pumping, and for you to experience. So that energy goes back out of you. Now, let's say, I'm going to use the river analogy on this one. Let's say you are a farmer, okay? And you have crops. These are our beds of fruits or vegetables or whatever you want to grow. Now, this river over here is your water supply. That's your river. Okay? Now, this river is going to represent your energy. Okay? And most people have a nice, small, steady little river. Now, these vegetable patches, or these patches of land, are your manifestations, or your requests to the universe, or the things that you want in life, that you have prayed for, or wished for, or anything like that. Now, in order to grow, you need to plant the seed. Now, what is the seed? The seed is your thought. The seed is your thought and your focus, because you're going to go, I want tomatoes, so I'm going to plant some tomatoes. So you've got your seeds planted, and I want some corn, and I want some peas. Now the tomatoes may actually be a house. That's what your request was. The corn may be love. You want to know what kind of love is coming into your life. Maybe the peas are health. You want to know if your health is going to be okay. All right? So these are all your manifestations. You want all these good things in life. So what do you need to do in order to grow your crops? You need to take some of your water. You need water. You need sunlight and water, right? Now the sunlight over here is the natural energy that the universe will give you automatically. Okay, all of these lovely rays of sunshine will be given to you in order to help grow your crops. However, you don't just need sunshine. You also need your own water. You need your own ethereal energy in order to help your crops grow. So what you're going to do as a farmer is you're going to make a little ravine. You're going to siphon off some water to go right into your patches. So now you have a river that now takes a little bit to feed your patches. And of course, your patches, depending on what you've asked for, your house, that's going to take a few years to grow. So of course, if it's going to take a longer time to grow, you're going to need a lot more energy. So let's say that takes 3 years. Now your health is not going to take as much energy because all you have to do is literally take care of your body. You can manifest the proper food to put in it. So that may take only 3 months. Love, though, to attract love, that may take I'd call it 1 year. Okay. So of course, once the health comes, that's going to be taken away. You no longer need that because you're healthy now. So you're going to take this away. And that's going to close up because you don't need the water anymore. After a year, you found your love, so you don't need that anymore. Now your house is still going, and you found your love and you have your health, so now you're going to plant a new bed, and that's going to be a baby, because you want now a family. That is a terrible baby. That is a terrible baby, but just imagine that is okay, we're just going to put baby here, because goodness, that's a really bad drug of a baby. So now you want a baby. So where that was once blocked off again, you've now made a new manifestation or request to the universe. And you're going to have a little, again, another stream of energy going into you manifesting the baby. So that's what the average kind of person has going on. Now, how do you increase your water flow? Well, you simply have to think happy thoughts. You have to do the things that make you happy because this energy is love and gratitude. Love and gratitude. So the more love and the more gratitude that you have in your heart will equal more water. So for example, if your manifestations are on a personal basis, you're only ever going to get that. Because the universe is what provides you with this energy as well. Because it's not like you generate a waterfall. You only attract in what you need. So if you only are asking for a house for yourself, a baby for yourself, money, cars, things like that, these are all things that will take a while, but the universe is like, well, you don't really need a really big waterfall for this. You can get what you want with just this little waterfall. However, if you were to start to have so much love and gratitude in your heart, and you had big manifestations, so you said, you know what, over here is going to be a big plot because I want to, my wish is not for a house. My wish is to see that all mankind is happy and taken care of, because that's what's truly in my heart. I want everybody to be fed. So then the universe is going to be like, oh, well, bugger. If you need that much energy, we're going to increase your waterfall because you need more energy. So you need a faster water flow. So that way you can have a really big watering kind of trough to get all of that in there. And if you make even more big wishes, like, oh, you know what? I want love for mankind. Good. And if that is really what's in your heart, the universe is going to be like, oh, well, butter, we need even more energy. So instead of you having a little stream, you have these huge, massive bits, because the universe knows that to get this for you, and because you have such a big heart that's so full of love, and you don't have any negativity, and you're speaking the language of the universe, we need to give you a hell of a lot more energy in order to get these manifestations to come to fruition. So, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are making a lot more wishes for themselves, or for selfish reasons, or they may want the best for mankind, but when it comes to the point when they're making a request to the universe, that normally ends up with either staying within themselves, or staying within their, like wishing for your family members or so forth. But it's not necessarily, it takes a lot more food to feed the world than it does to feed a small group of people. So that's what the energy is doing. Now, how is this pertaining to myself, now that we understand energies in the flow? Well, I'm over here, and I'm going to make myself kind of small, because this is going to represent my physical body. So this is Kulipup Atenka. And this is my energy waterfall. Okay, because my heart has, when I make a wish for the universe, or mankind, I make them all the time. And I am constantly needing it. So the universe is just like, shoot, this chick needs a lot more energy. So my waterfall is very expansive. Now, this is where my spirit and I have been said, like, you're not explaining it enough. Technically, I want you to think of this waterfall as if it was a waterfall going through the universe, okay? Imagine me as like a little speck, and this is just like huge. So I've said it. I've said it. Now, if you're over here and you've said, hey, Kulipup, can you help me? I want to manifest, or I want your help finding love, or knowing about my career or my finances. I want to know this information. Or you could also be like, Kulipup Atenka, will you help me get these things? Because you have a lot of energy. So I'm asking for you to give me your energy. Now, I'm going to be like, I want the best for all of mankind, so sure. But you need to be able to give it back. Because my body, my energy, I'm not standing outside of this waterfall. I'm in it. I'm literally here. I'm in it. I'm getting it pumped straight through me and back out again to the world. Now, I have to keep my energy moving, because there is no way I would be able to take all of this energy and keep it within myself. Imagine standing under Niagara Falls and catching all of the water that's coming from Niagara Falls and keeping it. The water's going to keep coming, but you're going to run out of strength or buckets to hold it, and it's going to overflow. So it has to go out. It has to be returned back out. So I make wishes for all of mankind, and then I make some manifestations for myself, and those just get little bits like everybody else. But generally, my wishes are going over to the universal crops over here. Now, you've come to me though, and you've asked me, hey, can you get me what I want? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll get you what you want. But the energy has to be of equal exchange as to what you can physically manage. So if you ask me, Kulipup Tinkanoe, can you manifest a house for me? And I could be like, yeah, I can, but how are you going to return that energy back? Because you'd be over here and you'd say, hey, can you manifest a house? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. That's going to take this much of the waterfall in order to get you specifically a house. So, with that being said, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to lend you my energy, so come on in. So you're gonna come over here. So now you're in my waterfall with me. You're in my energy with me. Because I'm saying, yeah, you can come on in and use my energy to manifest what you want. So you do. You come in and you get what you need. Now the thing is, you have to get back out. But the only way you can get back out is when you're moving over to the edge here, you have to swim through this energy. And the best way to do it is to push it back towards me. Because I can take it, I can manage it. Because this energy won't leave this river. It won't leave the river unless it is my focus directs it there. Because this is my energy. I'm in control of it. So my focus is where it will go. So for you to come in and take my energy, it means that for that brief moment, you will be processing the energy of this massive waterfall of Niagara Falls. And to get back out, you have to push it back in towards me so that you can move that way and get back out into the edge. So, if you don't move back, if you decide to say, hey, I'm going to stay right here in Kulipup's energy, and I'm going to take that energy and I'm not going to give it back to her, well, it means that you're going to get pummeled with a hell of a lot of energy. Now, if you don't know how to direct and control that energy out, because you haven't understood the way the universe works and the way energy works, then what's going to happen is your thoughts are going to start to get a dark cloud over them. That dark cloud is then going to tell my energy to send you negativity. And because it's coming in so fast, you're going to get a lot of negativity in really, really fast. Because you are trying to hold my energy when you have not done the physical work it requires or the mental work it requires to process all of this. Now that's just in my own analogy. So really, when I say, give the energy back, well, most people aren't right next to me. You'd be over here and you've put your arm in. You put your arm in to get what you need. And I'm like over there, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But your arm, once it's in, is in. So when I say you need to give that energy back, I mean, if you can't give me back this physical energy, or in terms of the ethereal, so if you had enough ethereal energy yourself, you could just be like, I request that Kulipup has something. Or I want to say thank you by returning that energy that I took to give it back. Well, your arm will be able to be released and you can go on about your merry way. However, if you don't have that energy manipulation just yet, then you got to give that energy back. And your energy then normally comes in the term of monetary value because that's how you have exercised your energy. You spend your physical energy to go to work so that you can get a monetary currency back. What is currency? Currency is electricity. What is electricity? Energy, right? So when I say a little, give a little bit back, it'll benefit you. What I mean by that is you will be released from my stream of energy so that you can go and enjoy your manifestation that you've gotten, and you've given back a little bit so that you can be released. So that's what I mean by, hey, if you benefited from this energy that I've been given, that I've given to you, from the knowledge that you've gotten from me, from the physical energy that I may have given to you. You know, I give people energy boosts all the time and do all this and that. So if you benefit from it, then just give it back so you can take your hand out and go live your life. All right? Now, this is the same thing when it comes to a lot of other intuitives and psychic readers and so forth. They may not have an energy flow as big as mine, but they may have an energy flow that's this big, when yours was, well, so their energy flow may be about this big, where yours is only about this big. So again, when you're asking somebody to give you their energy, this intuitive individual here, you're again sticking your arm in their energy. Okay? And if you don't give it back, good things are not going to happen to you. Okay? You're going to take that individual, well, you're both going to lose out, because this individual who has given you their energy is then going to lose out on their energy, because they don't have a stream as big as mine, right? They're going to lose out on their energy, and you are going to lose out because bad things are going to start to happen because you didn't return it. You didn't return it. You're going to be there holding up more energy than you can actually physically support because you didn't earn it. So, or another way of looking at it is, if, you know when somebody gets struck by lightning, that lightning bolt surges through their body and their body can't take that amount of energy, so they get totally electrocuted? Same thing. When you're taking energy, and the thing is, there's some people, if they get hit by lightning and they cannot let that energy flow through them to the ground or to somewhere so that the energy is released, then they will die. And I'm not saying you're going to die because you didn't return the energy back, but it works the same way. So think of my energy like lightning. You can take it, you can experience some great things with it, but if you don't let it flow back into the earth and back to me, then it's going to be more than you can handle. Because again, the laws of the universe, it doesn't care where you get the energy. All it sees is that you have that energy. And if you don't know how to use it wisely, then it'll just give you what you're asking for. And if your thoughts are full of anxiety, negativity, or anything like that, then that's exactly what it's going to do. You're going to be an amplified beacon of give me pain, give me misery. Okay, so super, super, super important. Total double-edged sword there. Now, I'm not trying to scare you off of ever watching my videos again or ever getting my readings again. Definitely not. It is just simply an explanation as to why I say $1 or more is all it takes to take your hand back out. When you have another individual that is giving you their energy, return it back. If they're not accepting monetary value, because again, I speak to the world, so that's the easiest thing for me. But if somebody's giving you something, return it. You know, if somebody gives you a nice piece of cake and you're like, wow, that was really wonderful, maybe give them a nice cup of tea. Equal energy exchange. You know, those kind of things. That's all it is. That literally is all it is. So I hope that kind of explained things a little bit more. And if it caused any confusion, I will try my very best again to make this video without the confusion, but it is a really, really tricky notion to get through. When you raise frequency, it's definitely easier to understand because you feel it. You feel the energy that's coming through and you feel it surging out. And then you see the negative consequences that happen to the people who don't return it or at least push it forward. Because another thing that I've done is I've literally told people, if you can't return the money, the energy in terms of a monetary value, which is the easiest, then you're going to have to give me something physical. So I may say you need to watch this video and learn something, and that will cost an hour of your time. Or you may have to do this, or you may have to do that. But either way, you gotta return the energy. Because I don't want your hand to stay in my energy. Because I don't want your hand to be crushed and turn into fire or anything like that. All right. Anyway, that is it for me. Take care.